I was talking about being married. I'm married. I have a wife. That's how I like to put it because it makes her sound like property. I feel like guys are discouraged from marriage. I feel like we always got a negative message, like characters in TV and movies. There's always a guy friend who's like, dude, why are you getting married? Get divorced, she gets half your stuff. I'm like, yeah, that's a negative way of thinking about it. You gotta be positive. Think about it like this. If she dies, I get all of her things, right? She has nicer stuff than me. My wife and I, we're an interracial couple. You guys are too much. I'm the normal one. She's some kind of brown nonsense. I'm not sure. My wife is Indian. She's not from there. I'm not one of those guys. She's of Indian extraction. She's a woman of color, I guess, is the expression. Which is a weird expression to talk about the woman I love, right? That sounds like you're making someone up on the spot, right? Sounds like someone didn't believe I was married. It's like, oh yeah, if you're married, what's she look like? And then I panic. She's a woman of color. She has eyes. She's a woman of height. 2 arms, 2 legs. She's real. She goes to another school. That kind of thing. Here's the fun thing about being in an interracial relationship. You guys know if an interracial couple have twins can come out with different skin tones. That's a real thing. Biracial twins, they'll be identical, but one will just be darker than the other, like you adjust the shading like in Photoshop. How crazy is that? I'm excited to have kids now, right? Because like I said, my wife's Indian. I was made in God's image, right? And so I want to have twins, right? I want to have 2 kids. I want one who's really light, and then one that's really dark, and then we each have one that we really like, you know? I'm gonna love them both. I'm obviously gonna love both my kids, but like, if we get divorced, we know how custody's working out, right? Let me guess, I keep the white one? That's fair. We'll trade off on holidays. I wasn't sure what our kids would look like, and then I met her cousins. She has cousins who are half Indian, half white. You know what you get when you mix those two? You get Guidos. I swear to God, Jersey Shore Guidos, how gross is that? How am I supposed to love that? My own child. I'm Jewish, my wife's Indian, and our children are gonna look like the kids who bullied us in high school. People get very touchy about race, I get it. There was a story last year, I don't know if you guys saw, there's an Instagram influencer. It's a white guy from England, and he got surgery to have his eyes slanted to look more Asian. It's a real story. He says he's transracial. He specifically identified as Korean, which is hilarious. I don't even know how you know. How do you figure out what kind of Asian you think you are? I'd go based on food. I'd be a Thai. But people were mad at the guy. People were like, this guy's a racist, and he's mocking transgenderism. I had to come to his defense, right? Because like, think about what he had to go through. He had to save up money for elective surgery. He had to go through the surgery. He had to recover. He had to put up with the vitriol and scorn of people online. Think about what that takes. That takes hard work, dedication, commitment. I guess what I'm saying is the guy might be Asian. Right? Who are we to say he's not? He's either Asian or Jewish, and let's face it, he's not getting surgery to look more Jewish. We invented surgeries to look less Jewish. That's how it's happening. I think people try to be more aware of race stuff nowadays. I was in Portland, Maine last year. I don't know if you guys have ever been, but every single storefront had a Black Lives Matter poster in it. Every single one, Black Lives Matter. To the point where you think the city would have some black lives in it. I was a whole day there, no black people. Their motto as a city should be, we love black people in theory, right? They don't know. They've never seen a black person in their life. I was talking to a black friend of mine for the purpose of this next joke, and he's one of these guys, he's very adamant that like white people are not allowed to say the N-word, only black people can say the N-word. I was like, okay, but like, what if you're part black? Can you say it? And like, yeah, if you're part black, you get to say it. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense, because that's just one drop rule, which is a racist policy from Reconstruction. Here's what I think the policy should be. I think everyone gets to say the N-word, but you only get to say as much of it as you are black. Whatever percentage black, for instance, if you're half black, you get to say half the word. Now here's my advice, go with the second half, because the first half on its own kind of sounds worse, I'll be honest. Plus, if anyone calls you out on it, you can play it off like you're chilly, so. You don't have to laugh now, you'll laugh later. Now here's how I know that's a devastating word you can ever say, because one time I was doing karaoke and accidentally sang the N-word during a song. I got carried away. It happens. Here's what you have to do. I had to apologize, right? Guys, that's a horrible word. There's no excuse. You should never say it. It's a vile word. It's disgusting. And the most embarrassing part is when you look down at the teleprompter and realize it's not even a lyric in Love is a Battlefield. You just feel a song in your heart. All right, that's it for me. Thanks a lot, guys.
Ilya Laksin, everybody. Bringing the host back on the N-word joke. Just what he loves. All right. You guys ready for more show?